Okay, so pretty straightforward, easy lesson today. Proportions, okay? We always want to make sure that anytime we have a proportion, that means one fraction on either side of the equal sign, with obviously an equal sign in the middle. That is a proportion. All we are doing is cross multiplying, right? So if I look at number 1, I'll just do number 1 and 2 together with you. Okay, so if I look at number 1, I want to crisscross and cross multiply here. So I'm going to cross multiply x times 2. So what's x times 2? 2x. And I want to cross the other direction. So 5 times 6 is 30. That is a really ugly 2x. There we go. Okay. So we got a 30 and a 2x. From there, after I cross multiply, all I have to do is solve the equation. So in this equation, all I would have to do is just divide by 2 on both sides, and I end up with x is 15. Okay, so x is 15. All right, let's look at number 2. Okay, so again, I have to cross multiply. So I cross multiply 7 times 5. So what's 7 times 5? 35. And I got to be careful here. My suggestion to you is anytime you have more than one term in a space like this, you use parentheses. Don't try to do it mentally, okay? So I'm going to do 10 times b plus 5. So 10 times b plus 5. Okay, because I have to remember that that's not just 10b plus 5. I'm really distributing that 10 into both of those terms. So it's going to be 10b plus 50. So 10b plus 50 equals 35. And then from there, I solve. So my opposite operations, I subtract 50 from both sides. Oops, I don't know why I did 55. Subtract 50 from both sides. I end up with 10b equals negative 15. I divide by 10 on both sides. Okay, 10 over 15 does not divide out nicely. Does it reduce? What can I divide out of both of those? 5. So I get b equals 15 divided by 5 is negative 3. And 10 divided by 5 is 2. So negative 3 over 2 is my b value. Okay, can I get a comfort level? 3, 2, 1, 0. No thumbs. 3, 2, 1, 0. Remember, 3 is a mastery, or you feel like you've mastered it. 2 is near mastery. 1 is needs improvement. 0 is I have no clue what is coming out of your mouth. Okay, good. All right, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys work on those other 4 together with your groups. Go ahead. Okay, let's look at number 3. Okay, so I cross multiply. M times 9 is 9m. Okay, on the other side, I'm distributing 8 into the parentheses m plus 7. Okay, so I distribute to get 8m plus 56 equals 9m. I have variables on both sides, so remember it's important to know when variables are on the same side and you need to combine like terms versus when variables are on opposite sides and I need to do opposite operations. So my opposite operation here would be subtracting 8m from both sides. So I have 56 equals 9 minus 8 is 1m, or just m. And that's my final answer. M equals 56. Okay, coming over here to number 4. So it looks like I'm going to have to distribute both ways, right? So 8 distributed into that. So 8 times p minus 7 equals, distribute 9 the other way. So 9 times p plus 10. So distribute, I get 8p minus 56 equals 9p plus 90. Okay, so distribute on both sides, then I have to do my opposite operations. I like to keep my variables positive, so I'm going to take the p's to the right, but that doesn't mean you have to. So subtract 8p from both sides. I get negative 56 equals p plus 90. Yes, sir, question?
Why did you do 9 plus 10 instead of 9 times 10?
I didn't. I did 9 times 10.
That's awesome.
That's okay. All right, then since I took variables to the right, I have to take numbers over to the left, so I subtract 90 from both sides. And I end up with p equals negative 146. Okay, any questions on those two? Those were probably the tougher of the four that I asked you to do. The two try these are actually a little bit easier, right? Because there aren't variables on both sides. So let's do this one really quick. We have 4y equals 8 times 9 is 72. Divide by 4. And y is 18. Thank you. So y is 18. Come over to number 2. So I have 4 distributed in. So 4 times x minus 1. 6 times 8 on the other side is 48. Distribute and you get 4x minus 4 equals 48. Add 4 over to the other side. 4x equals 52. Divide by 4. And x is 13. Is that right? Yes, sir. Do you have a question?
What do you do with the videos that you record?
What do I do with the videos I record? I put them on YouTube and then put them on my Canvas pages. Yep. So that if people are absent, they can see the videos. If somebody needs a little bit of extra help at home, or parents want to watch to be able to help their kids, that's what they're there for. Okay, let's go to the back page here. Oh, I didn't know there were more try these. Oh well, we're just going to skip over the top two try these there. Let's look at word problems. Okay, so generally word problems with proportions are pretty simple. And generally you're talking about like grouping a couple things together. So this problem in particular says 36 pencils in 6 boxes. So that's what we're going to match together as a fraction. 36 pencils per 6 boxes. And then it wants me to say how many pencils are packaged in 10 boxes. Okay, so it's important when you're doing this that you're able to label. Okay, so what I'm going to ask you to do on these problems, well, I don't want you to label within the problem because that will get confusing on what's labels and what's variables. But I always want you to set a precedence, okay? So let's set ours. Is it going to be pencils over boxes or boxes over pencils? Which would you prefer? Pencils over boxes. Okay, so I always want to see you write that down. Okay, so we're doing pencils over boxes. Okay, so we're doing pencils over boxes. The reason that is important is you want to make sure both of your fractions on either side of your equal sign are lined up the same way. Because if you have them flip-flop, that's going to mess you up. So we're doing pencils over boxes. So let's start with the first one. So we have 36 pencils. That goes on top. Over 6 boxes. That goes on bottom. Equals how many pencils? So that's where our variable is going to go. So that's going to be my x because I don't know how many pencils are packaged in 10 boxes. So boxes go on bottom. Okay, so you see how we always do it. Pencils over boxes, pencils over boxes. Or if you flip-flopped and you said boxes over pencils, you need to do both of your fractions that way. Okay, once I've set up my proportion, I can go ahead and solve, right? Plain and simple. So I multiply to get 6x. I multiply here to get 360. Divide by 6. And I get x equals 60 pencils. Okay, so x equals 60 pencils. Any questions? Okay, go ahead and do the 2 try these right underneath that. Go ahead and do the 2 try these. Okay, so for number 2, I'm going to do tickets over money. Okay, so I'm going to do tickets over money. So if you did money over ticket, that's fine. Just make sure that you are flip-flop from both of my fractions, okay? So 2 tickets is going to be 15 bucks. Wants me to know how much does it cost. So my money is my x this time for 7 tickets, okay? So make sure you have your fractions right. Okay, then I multiply. So I have 2x equals 15 times 7 be 30, 60, 75. I divide by 2. And I end up with x equals 32 and a half. No, 37 and a half, right? $37.50. Any questions on that one?
How did you get that?
How did I get that? Okay, so my guess is my guess is that some of you did. Oh. Okay, so some of you probably flip-flopped this fraction, or you didn't do tickets over money both times. Okay, so if you started with 2 over 15, 2 is tickets, so 7 needs to be tickets, right? Or if you flip-flopped them and put 15 on top, tickets would be on bottom, so tickets would need to be on bottom. You can't just read straight through and put stuff in.
How did you get 75? It's 100. It should be 7 times 15 is 105.
Yeah, it's 105.
105.
Oh, I did 15 times 5, not 15 times 7. My bad.
I did that out of the video.
No, it's okay. It's okay to make mistakes.
Yeah, you learn from your mistakes, guys. Yeah.
Good catch. Thank you all. Okay, so 15 times 7 is 105. So I divide by 2. 105 divided by 2 is going to be 5250.
Yes, sir.
Yay, we got it. Yay.
I'm sorry, everybody. Okay, so 5250. All right, let's look at number 3 and let's see if I can do one right without screwing it up. All right, so I'm going to do salad over money. Not salad fingers over money, just salad over money. Okay, so I have 3 salads that are $6.50, so I'm going to do 6.5. How much does it cost? So my money is my X for 6 salads. Okay, so let's cross multiply. 3 times X is 3X. 6 times 6.5. That'll be 36, 37, 39. Yep. Okay, divide by 3. And I end up with X is 13. So $13, right? Because we're talking money here. So $13 for 6 salads. Okay, any questions? So the important part on the word problems, make sure you write down kind of a template for what you're going to do, okay? Whether you're doing salad over money or money over salad, it doesn't matter. You just got to make sure that you follow that on both fractions, okay? Yes, sir, question.
Did we do a quiz on Friday?
What?
Did we do a quiz on Friday?
Last Friday? Yeah. Okay,